Talking Point platform for news every day in our country. Salon for education, entertainment, political affairs. Chinti PTV. We got enough Tanga one inside Sierra Leone, like a big quantity. We breeze not a shit. PTV.
Yes, family, welcome back to yet another very important segment where they come through the Talking Point platform. My name is Mohamed Kagbo, and today, on the 5th of April 2022, we get a very important analysis here we will make regarding President Bio in 4 years. You said get the opportunity for sending text message, and we go read an I am. What does this mean? Because we believe, say, as a president, as an employee, whenever you bust and you work, then get for evaluate you. So today we can do brief analysis, brief evaluation of the work where President Bio don't do in 4 years. What does it mean for you as ordinary citizen and for the country? And let's say if President Bio deserve any other opportunity again for Woolwe, we get for decide on the ballot box in the next 9 months to come. Very, very small time more with a jump into the electionary period wherein we people and will decide whether yes indeed President Bio delivered to waiting a sale. I'm not gonna say we get more for cantel now. We get but anyway, if you get small time, we go squeezing the message of the first lady, the previous one and this current one. And now not forget also this they come through the Talking Point platform, and you can also get opportunity for check with videos on YouTube at TPP Leon. But you can shortly, not going to say.
Oh yeah, Talking Point platform, TTP TV. Oh yeah, Unale we pledge, we love and loyalty. To we sweet, sweet mama salute. Now we all come together as well. For tomorrow, now we go make salute.
Yes, family, we go straight to the point. We not waste time. But let me go back into history. 4 years ago, that was yesterday, the 4th of April, when President Bio the National Electoral Commission be declared as president, the winner of the 2018 election. Let me see what it be promised and some of the jubilation, some of the anticipation, some of the hopes, some of the joy we say LEONEAN been share, because during the 10 years rule of APC, a lot of people then be fed up at a point where we see say like the country, they move to the stage where we will be on. That was then. In fact, there was a level of corruption where like it be visible. We they see people and they kind into politics in the shortest possible time. It don't change to something that even a person will not be drag man. As soon as it gets a position of connectivity, a position of connection at the government, in few years, it don't turn a tycoon at the country. And we see the way people and be like want change. People and be so angry that they just want cheat politicians. And back then, the then ruling government, that is the APC, a lesson that yes for telling us say the power belong to the people of Salon, and they usher in President Bio. And let's listen carefully. Let's go back into history.
He's the hero of the night and their new president. Supporters of Julius Maada Bio are overcome with euphoria. After a long suspense, the opposition candidate was declared the winner of Sierra Leone's presidential runoff vote and sworn into office. A change his supporters hail as a liberation.
So we have got our freedom. So we are looking forward for what he's coming to do for us for the 5 years that he has been elected for.
He's our Moses. We have been expecting him since this while. And we are so glad that we have got our leader back. We are so happy this night. We don't know what to say now. We are very, very happy.
Happiness that's laced with tension. Police and soldiers guard the opposition party's headquarters after clashes erupted between the new president's supporters and those of his vanquished rival, Samora Kamara. It's exactly what many in the country feared, a violent end to what's been a polarizing campaign. The new president now faces the challenge of reuniting the nation and making good on the promises he made to Sierra Leone's youth. 70% of the country's young people are unemployed. Many in this neighborhood didn't vote for Julius Maada Bio. But for the sake of peace, they say they won't join those contesting his victory.
We don't want fight. We're just from war. We are just from war, fight, and Ebola, so many things. So we don't want war. Our children want to go to school and learn. And we want a better Sierra Leone for us.
Celebrations continue long into the night as the new president's supporters dream of brighter days to come.
Yes, so family, that was the celebration will be rock the Freetown city and the country as a whole. People and the hope it be so high. People and in fact some staunch party loyalists even regard President Bio for being a Moses. This is somebody where a lot of people don't they wait for years, and finally God don't bring can to it. And even as where the president they sworn in, I want not bring can the a short message where the president begets for Sierra Leoneans, where if they urge each and everyone for law, we respect the rule of law, we calm down, and that they can rule all Sierra Leoneans as one people. Now, this is very important. So why would they bring candies? Because we want to make sure say each and everything they can narrate here something where objective, something where you know a report, something where gets for do with the country in better one. We're not gonna order salon are the only countries who get so I feel say we get civic responsibilities as Sierra Leoneans for come up with things like there for support the government in we own little way. President Bio be making clear as to how he will govern the country. Now we just see bring some of the message because now that make we keep them clip there. Why? Because we don't want just talk for the politician. Those days are gone where you go talk for politician or the now you the quoting word directly from the horse's mouth. Nowhere. Koju, you see for yourself. The words there. Now we all right. Think we get a small Olopia. They try for Fendi. Low sale for the
We are honored and privileged to serve the new government of Sierra Leone. We have only one country, Sierra Leone, and we are all one people. My government will promote national unity, national cohesion, and disciplined leadership as the foundation.
All right, so Fambule, that was President Bio back then, where they promote national unity according to what's them, and where they talk about, for say, in the discipline Sierra Leone. And we see the first year, President Bio was tough when it comes to lateness, when it comes to taking your job very serious. A lot of people in BC say, wow, this now the changes bring people in leg because it will create some positive impact. And now we look at the area of education because there are a lot of things that we can look at. So they look at agriculture, education, infrastructure. They look at the health, economy, the fight against corruption, and the inclusion. All of these now and more make up the general analysis of you being the president, you being serving the people. Now, you will be the judge as a Sierra Leonean whether indeed President Bio don't deliver to or he don't deliver in promises or the country don't better pass the way it be there 4 years ago. We know have can judge that una as Sierra Leoneans una go able. The reason why because one you know the opportunity for Leona are able to get an informed idea. We will only present to us some of the evidence there. Now, President Bill, in terms of education, in terms it do well because some of us say yes, it was right by saying without education, no country not develop, and throughout history that's the fact. But what kind of education are we talking about? Because you get quality education where substance not a day, or probably not just a political statement. We get for understanding to tear. Now, as far as people can be concerned, in the initial phase of the free quality education, as the government be put on, it be appreciable. A lot of people say on the ban, but we come within the land. We don't say like others say the difficulties, the challenges, and the way it can happen. And we see President Bio within 4 years, he approved universities, and for the first time where Salone don't get more university than ever. For example, the Miltimagai College was turned to a technical university. We see IAMTech, a private university, was given the status of a university. We see the Polytechnic them President Bio turned it into university. All this now for push and improve the educational aspect, because time you don't kind of salon, everything was centralized. If you not kind of free term, if you not go maybe Frobe College or IPAM or maybe even Jala, they don't regard you as somebody who go school. And this be hamper, this be difficult, this be make things difficult for a lot of people within at the other part of the world. But other part of the country there, the other districts there, the other town there, the other cities there. So by giving privilege for choice, let somebody decide actually you want to go and make a good stride. Now, get this straight. No politician not in at the world where go say entirely what he and throughout in time of office he do bad. No. There are good times, there are good side of it and there are bad side. That make with the way, with the look. So President Bio, for me personally, as I said, the education, it made good strides there. And when it comes to fighting corruption, it was tough. Let's look at what he talk about corruption. Let's bring the corruption side and why this is important for we. All right.
But I want to say this clearly, that we have to draw the line on corruption in this country. We have to fight corruption, and it is a fight that we must win, and it is a fight that we must fight together in order to win. I know corruption is going to fight back, but we are on the better side of history. So I encourage all Sierra Leoneans to join me to fight corruption. This is just the beginning. As you might have learned, ending corruption or reducing corruption to the minimum is not just a governance issue. It's actually an existential issue because of the level and scale of corruption in this country. If we do not fight and win the fight against corruption, we are preparing this nation for another problem that will take us down. Corruption is...
All right, that was President Bio. They talk tough on corruption. See, each and every citizen, we are obligated for fight against corruption. But this is just two things. I don't point two things. Education, corruption. Education was a very good thing, and fighting against corruption. These are the things that we Sierra Leoneans are no doubt and they support her. But you see, for talk now one, and for do the action now other thing. And just like a parent, if you do something at us, you they tell the pikin say no smoke, or you they smoke, then definitely it will be like say the pikin go see you like a clown, a funny. But you see, the president was strong in his words, asking, calling for say we got to draw the line when it comes to corruption. We all know the reason why Salon de Bienso today it connected with corruption. So if we not get a line, a boundary, where we say enough is enough, then we not get no side for move. But it seems as if this was just a selective idea in the sense that the corruption fight was designed, was meant only for political gains. Now, we want anything what they do in our life, anything what they do, if for sincerity for the day. But of recent time, we see the corruption fight was not clearly sincere in the sense that most of the cases there, most of the high-profile cases there, when you look at even the 49,000 bag of rice, the allegations of the first lady and top government official, the first the ex chief minister, Professor Francis, and others, those cases were never they were never thoroughly investigated or even pushed towards even having a kind of connected, even not even call on corruptions, you know. So, and we see other cases and people that were even not even governance, they still stand trial. And the thing come worse now, where even the presidents, they say the people in way elect, these are not thieves, you know, go even call them. Not to me say this word. I make us say most of the time we can talk here now purely waiting the politician then talk, waiting the president they talk or any of your officials here. Everything when I make everything sometimes with the document and listen to the president.
Which they meant.
And would you say the current fight against corruption has minimized corruption in your administration, or do you think you also have thieves in administration?
I wouldn't call anybody I've appointed as thieves, but I would tell you for sure that now, if you have to steal, you must be very cautious. Excuse me, we have all been corrupt in this country. We have to make it.
All right, that was President Bio. In fact, this was a statement to a lot of people and be say, you know, for even talk and say, if he appoint you, you know, they call you, say, you're not a thief, you know, because by so giving, you are you're morally, and you give moral support to your disciples and to your ministers and to your appointees then say, una can thief, una can go ahead and do whatever one for do, because the president say if he appoint you, you know, they see you as thief man. Yes, but the president go able to talk for himself, but you not go able to talk for everybody. I know they're not everybody in office, not to everybody gets good at for the country, not to everybody wants to see the country prosper. So man, he then in politics, so man, he hold a position of trust for himself. Even when he take the Bible and the Quran swear, believe me, where they under all the sufferness where in the office they don't suffer for 2, 3, 5 decades there. 2, 3 decades there. That one time day, that 2, 3 months day, that 2, 3 years day, he want pull all that money there. So it had for at least we draw the line, especially when we not get the political will, because the statement was not clearly in support of corruption. In fact, it encouraged. And this is now one thing. Apart from that, I will not go deep into this, because if we say they go into corruption alone, waiting the president encounter claim on corruption, one is support corruption, done it against corruption, we're not going to do that. So we'll tap this part here, at least I don't get 1 or 2. Now, when it comes to area of inclusion, the first year of the president was a blunder. I don't know if now the president deliberately be they take this action, or maybe now people and be the pusher. You cannot, I repeat again, you cannot rule a divided country. You not go rule a country with divide. That make them say now a family, a country, now a family. Now inclusion. Without proper inclusion, you cannot rule. You're not going to be able to deliver, because you need everybody in support. The president not go to every side. And if you deliberately orchestrate a plan of dividing the country, giving one set of people and privilege against the other, when are the same people at the same passport they carry outside Salon or inside Salon, then you bound for fail. This was a mistake where President Biobi they do inside in first, second term. And this not so I say, you go see the proof now. When President Bio come, people lost their job, even cleaner. we don't know the rights of people. For example, each and every administration, we can any sign at the wall, you get certain people where they pull, like them top positions, maybe ministers, permanent secretaries, or maybe directors, they pull it. But it reach to a point now, even down the grassroots, like statistics alone, cleaners, na state house, the people and just get fired just because some of them are the names. I mean, even civil society, we are shocked. And most of those cases back then, we are northerners. And nowadays, it's a way come very close towards election. We see the ruling government, they focus their attention on the north and the western area, at least for sell another fake promises. Because now so missy. Because if we listen to the clip we play earlier, the president say it will the country for all Sierra Leoneans and not selective. But take a look at the punishment where some people can get just immediately where the president take. These are not politicians, these are not ministers, these are ordinary Sierra Leoneans. Take a look at this.
Press conference where they get for all today with the 244 terminated staff from Statistics Sierra Leone. Now we go inside
to the government of Sierra Leone about the conditions, the 244 people from Statistics Sierra Leone are subjected to in this country. It is a breach.
I'm a former staff of Statistics Sierra Leone. On the 22nd May 2019, 244 of us were terminated without any due process. We have channeled our complaint to the different complaint mechanism body, such as the Ombudsman, the Human Rights Commission, the Ministry of Labor, and also other state actors like NGOs. Some of us had worked in that institution for over 16 years. We have been trained and are well experienced. Some of us had masters in mathematics, in statistics, economics, and
all right, family, that was some of the unfortunate scene we will just watch at. These are ordinary staffs. These are people who don't work for years in statistics. These are people who don't serve the institution. These are people who train where the previous government trained. When the government come and sack some people unlawfully. Make they keep some of them here because unless we begin to teach you politicians and the lesson say, when you come in governance, it's not about politics. It's not about tribe. It's not about region. It's about person with desire. Imagine somebody don't train, you don't get experience, you don't get the masters, all they say they work. Not to say then thief and catch out or misconduct or whatever, then can then sack her just because of his surname, just because of his political, or then suspect say this a previously linked to the previous administration. We know they do look like they claim politics or they play the Western wall. There are certain people, look like, for example, I'll take from example, the Republicans and the Democrats in America, where Biden come. Some of the people where President Trump appoint, for example, the federal chairman, Jeremy Powell, he left on day. In fact, even extending time. But we not look at possible qualify, we able to do the job. No. If you are not a staunch party advocate, even if you're not able to do the job, now you did the key. It's about loyalty to the party. It's not a loyalty to the country. Now that make with the bien. People will get brain where they push the country bien. When a new government come, this is not only about SLPP now. Even the previous government, their ancestors do the same thing. And this is not the pattern is where they put we can be. It's so shameful for we they drain we small human resource. We education. The quality human resource again at the country is small. Imagine the experience where people can get in certain area, like for example in statistics, you come overnight, you can't put even the post where they call it qualify in terms of paperwork. But experience is something when you buy. Then can give degree at school, then can give degree at university. But you professor or your institution not will give experience. Experience is something where they earn. Now that make is very, very important. Now that make most employers and ask for 1 year experience, 2 years experience, 3 years experience, 4 years experience, because they know it means a lot. So imagine a government don't invested a lot of money. The government, when you not talk about political party, it train people, it hire people, they train them, left them for let them run a particular entity. A new government come because of their son name there, it sack them. How you call this? How long will move from this? Now I'll take some few texts here. This one, okay, this okay. This one, they say APC, they not be sacked by 2007. Yes, they come from Matu Bundu. Yes, this will talk. No, sorry. They come from Abu Figo Sizo. Yeah, Figo. Now, this will talk. It happened from previous governments. It's not about the current government. And that make what they say, if we are serious about pushing our country forward, we have to make sure this thing then stop. Because, they help me. If somebody qualified in a place, lay left day. Knockout from person just because of Nambi supports you for campaign, even if you not qualify or even if you not get the experience, you they can put on there. You they take the country, go behind back. You they do the service to the country, and in fact, you even your output as a president, you output as a minister, what they do so, they go behind because the tool there, the people there, where they support you, they not get the necessary know-how, the knowledge for let them help you. You see, you do yourself. You do yourself as your legacy, and you do a bad service to the country. Now, okay. Anyway, we get some. I mean, this other person. I think some people, and so this one they come up from Abu Bakar Alijana, what they say, hungry strike. Okay, this other guy, Fatima. Fatima says, "We're not going to read the text now because it seems as if some people and they're able write civilly, they're able write with respect, they're able understand and listen carefully, we know the entertain goodness now, absolutely. Okay, all right. So some of them here, they're very important, like I said. Now, if you look at some of the promises there, we're not going into them in details because it doesn't make sense, because it will take 4 or 5 hours. Yeah. But one of the things where we must therefore teach politicians a lesson of you word, now you word, maintain your word. I mean, there was no person no day where be first president bill for promise alone people in bridge, Lunge Bridge. And I see people that still get the bold mind for beliefs that the Lunge Bridge they happen. From 2019 to 2022. Now, 2019, 2019, 2022, 2022, and people still believe say the bridge they can. Now we are on 2022, we get 9 more months to the election, and people still believe say the bridge they can. I mean, why when some people will be matured in terms of their thinking? I want to bring can the clip Lona listen. All the way to the say and waiting the man and see. So now because of that, make we know they add anything. Take a listen.
Maintain long-term view of all investments, including infrastructure investments. We desire that each investment yield long-term benefits. We desire that each investment trigger off economic activity and growth over the long term. We also believe that the tender processes must be competitive, transparent, corrupt-free, and must offer the best value for money for this country. We strongly discourage bribery, kickbacks, red tape, and other murky transactions and practices around infrastructure investment. This government and this country strongly discourages corruption. So it is within this context that we are undertaking all infrastructure projects in this country. I have therefore directed the Office of Presidential Infrastructure Initiatives to be particularly attentive to all the foregoing critical elements in launching the tender process for the Lunge Bridge.
Okay, family, I don't listen now. the Lunge Bridge. These are from 2019 up till now. Now, the worst thing, you even get some people and still get defeated. Take a look at this nonsense back with some people in the post, you know. I mean, this is so funny now. And some of we don't make it clear too. We say, we not go sit down. We are allowed. We can't go back to those days we are in. I mean, go lead we to something where will be terrible. In the sense, misinformation, they create war in our country. Misinformation, they deprive people of the true knowledge. Misinformation, go take a country, go beyond. Take a look at this video, please.
It's about group say Maada area about for do the bridge. These are the ship where don't come, where they test the water, but know the deepness of the sea. And they ship this where park made to the water so. But just prove to the nation say what's Maada talk. If they do and the whole nation will not say yes, indeed, and word not for an abroad. These are the ship where don't come right now, where they test the depth of the water right now. As you can see, at the ship is, and they right now at the water. Like this. So people don't get believing in Maada and trust in us say in word and word. These are the ship this for do the bridge and don't cancel.
All right, so family, I see the reason why we didn't the media follow we help. These are some of this definitely not a party party picking and do this just for misinform people. Unless we get for all we leaders accountable for them what's there. Believe me, then get for take we for granted for the rest of your lifestyle. If you're not a politician, if you promise something, deliver. This was a promise where I mean them pull Asho before all. And the same people, you know, they say, I mean, the same time, people are even accuse other people and say, now people will not like the country. Me, if you ask me, the Blunge Bridge was good because I know say that ferry gets so now like a death trap. It's okay. But if you're not able to do it, gone are those days where you go just manipulate the people and for fool the people. If you're not able to do something, not okay. Or Lord says until you promise something, you know, able to do and come back to the people, apologize. We need for people, we demand respect from our leaders. At times, if we all can promise something, even to ourselves, we're not able to deliver. Come back, as of respect for yourself and for the people where they talk to. Now, maybe promise the Lunge Bridge. Now, maybe because of XYZ, unfortunately, I'm not able to deliver. That I make at the ask Lona forgive me or Lona bear me leader, but I mean, they don't even talk about that. They don't even talk about that. We know they forget about them today because we want to let people know say we politicians are not trustworthy. So this new time again, when they go around, I want to be patient and listen carefully. Now, these are the few sides no more we just talk about. Look, camp agriculture. Salon, more than $200 million now we spend every year on agriculture. Now listen to what the president say about agriculture. It's very, very important. Listen carefully.
We don't talk about agriculture in this country, but a lot of people can look down on anybody where they do agriculture. Agriculture now about we all. But make I show you now the example. This is not just one of my own rice farm there. The last time I better plow with the machine. This time at the show now we don't plow, and with the help of the community within here at this particular part of the country. We don't able to do up to 500 acres of rice now. And then because we start late. Next year, I encourage them for make we plant up to 1,000, and we will keep for increase. I want for me to do 2,000 acres now. I only able to do this because the minister they support. They are also get for young man them, and then this community, and then they do most of the work. And by doing this, then they learn, and we serve they help them for growth. Now the only way this will be able get to your rest. It's shameful for them as alone. They will be fed for Chinese rice, Pakistanis rice, Indian rice. We'll get this kind of soil, we'll get this kind of rain. Look, the water we plenty. So really, we not get any business for the import rice now. Plenty market they jump in a free talk. All restaurant, the price don't go up. You forgot all of this, and this is just a minute part of this country. Now we do this. This place actually not just across Toma Boom. If you watch in the far distance, you go see the communication pole down there right inside Toma Boom. So the land now the same as the land over yonder, and me they encourage all salon people. For much we grow our own food and other agricultural products, not to rest no more. This same area is very good for cassava. If you watch the far distance this way, then get plenty cassava farm there. If we don't know more, we say pass with man, they can plant to rest or plant and send them for we. Now the price of the one sell, now they go sell. Government not get away with reduce them. So they really appeal to everybody, from ministers to everybody in our society. More pay some attention to agriculture because we all from
yeah, so Fambule, that was the president. We myself by the idea we say we not get no business for importers. In the 60s and 70s, Salon be the exporters, and we get the capability. Now the area where they talk say everybody for engaging farming, now very positive stuff. But infrastructure very important for anything what you do. If the government create the enabling environment, the infrastructure there, I believe say we will feed ourselves. But for talk something at one, for follow up with actions, when the president be talking, perhaps be meaner. And to prove 2008, how much you be buy bag of rice? 2022, how much you buy bag of rice? This question you go answer. Now, a lot of clips say, well, they even count here again for Leona just see the double standard, the fake promises, the sugar-coated vibes. It's so easy when you're in the opposition. It's so easy. They see things, they feel like politicians, as soon as they get power or give them power, they become blinded. They become blinded. No, they see nothing again except for their own current sweet time. Now their own time, they're not even listen to people again further. They're not able to listen unless perhaps election day near. Now they begin to wake up. Oh, we get songs. Hey, this is not the north. Oh, this are the south. Oh, this are the west. Oh, this is not the southwest. We need for go under. But when election done, they don't done. Anyway, let's bring Doc. And maybe go get one or two words for throwing in here. But now you take based on, I know the time done the catch we now. We get like few more minutes for the round up, like 30 minutes more we done with the program. We just touch on one of the day. You're able to tell me like two things positively where President Bill don't do, and any two things negatively where he say don't put them behind, don't put the country behind.
Well, I think of course number one I would say in flagship program when are the free quality education. The quality get beaucoup commun, but we not say anything a process as they can say start low trust the process I think the slogan now and the but if you watch at least some of the work them way the minister, especially I think for primary, also in technical primary and secondary and Dr. Sengbe. Some of the things the technological things with regards to how results they come out, how people and they able access them. Of course, there is a lot of work there for be done, and I believe say the pace at which they go is not too fast, but I believe say that now one side way you go say they don't do well with regards to the education. You understand? For me, I believe say that I will say they don't really try.
All right. So what's in the other side where if you say then really the president blunder?
Well, I think it could be the economy as a whole, the bread and butter issues. I mean, because of bread and butter issues, you could say now if somebody gets a work or the space for let people them able do business and be creative, now then go able get them bread and butter business. And we know say Prezo don't travel a lot extensively, and the idea is now for let able bring the needed investments them. But it's been 4 years now, and I believe say those needed investment are not there. I mean, we go make sure say we youth them get work, factories work, you understand, or work with and go able to learn something, skills at the job, apprenticeships, some of them things then they not come, and the economy not stable. I mean, the currency always the devalue vis-a-vis the dollar, and cost of living they go up. I think say that now the biggest challenge I believe say the majority of Sierra Leoneans and don't face.
All right, thank you very much. So, like, we're not able to go much more than this because of time, and maybe perhaps we will even make another segment where they continue again for bring the good and the other side, the bad side of the government. This is not just like for provoke the government, make them do more, or make them more. We just awake them, make them just understand, see them get responsibility. Governance not to pick into. Governance na something where na life and death. Governance na something na sacred job. Governance na a job where go judge you in posterity. Governance na something where a process where gets for put we before or put we behind. It make or break. So all of them here, you need somebody for tell you the reality. You need somebody for criticize you, particularly constructive criticism. Because not only when them criticize you constructively, then bring down some of you downfall or updeals or some of you mistake drawbacks, now you go learn. That is to somebody who want to learn, somebody who want to take and serious, who want taking job serious. But this particular election, they cancel now like 9 months to 10 months, depend. Now a test for Salon people. We're going to know actually how with democracy don't matured. We're going to know actually how people in the analyze issues. We're going to know actually how we able all we public officials into account. We're going to actually whether we don't get to the point for say yes, me now northerner, but I go vote for SLP, PP, or me na southerner, but I go vote for APC, or vice versa, or me go vote for because of policies. I go vote because I want change where meaningful, not because of me tribe man can't they talk about change, or not because of I don't receive the envelope. These are the things that we need for sensitize with people, we need for sell out to people, and make them understand, say, you get responsibility as an ordinary person. You're not ordinary in the ballot box because you vote, then they make the changes. These elections, these guys, once we don't get a demand, it's 5 years, they are done. They can manipulate, we count any other thing where you don't get the power again for do anything, So that make you get for be very careful. Lot we think all countries that they push go before. Salon, we just go behind. We just go behind. People in countries don't move. 30 days. When they go campaign and the same thing for 60 years old they talk about. Light, road, water, job. Light, road, water, job. We know the time now with one thing. Yeah, over to you, Doc. You go round up you now, then round up the program.
Yeah, I think you've said it all, and I mean it's high time Sierra Leoneans to leave the sentiment of whatever form, be it tribal, be it regional, be it Namifambol, and put country first when we they involve in elections. Because at the end of the day, the vote, and where we vote wisely, and they will make you bring parliamentarian or council or president or what have you, we able to bring the needed changes when people say get the caliber, because we vote now, we hold them accountable with, Salon, we not go ever tolerate again, say, go back to the dark ages, they go now push back. So the best weapon we'll get now we vote. But most importantly, I know say elections are out there far, but the right time earlier we also start for sensitize people, let people learn. Also, they know say the elections come what may for being free and fair, but most importantly in peaceful manner. You understand? During campaigning, we don't already done the camp close now, just few months more. You go see like far, but enough far to the elections, not allow any politician for give polo or rest. We after 5 years then get for lost by you back or something during then campaigning then day or election you go lost your life for nothing. So it's high time youth man then try for be wise up and make sure say them vote in conscience and vote for them future. But everybody free for belong who say one belong, argue you argue, but no say as you get the rights, not the same rights the other person get. I think now my advice could be to people them you. I think basically don't say it all and we not get time. We don't analyze what we think say the government don't push forward on and the lapses that we then get. Hopefully, as you say, they will take the criticism there constructively and will say a form for provoke them, say then get for do more because the people don't give them mandate and them be no make promises a manifesto and then for sure say those promises and manifesto they will reflect on the lives of every other Sierra Leonean regardless of tribes or region we belong.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know, but time don't be too bad because I be squeeze a tone. We see if we will analyze this short one. The first lady in previous message during the Ramadan Karim will be go viral, where a lot of people then be criticize her. And but this current one away left. So the new message, it was peaceful. It was, I mean, this I make criticism more they talking fine. Lord, we just squeeze in this one. Let's see if we able out this. Lord, listen first. This was the first lady back where he make this Ramadan message.
Holy month of Ramadan. If you now one of them people that will not wish well for this country, may God remove you. If you now one of them people the way they talk and make up stories and lies to the president of this nation, may God seize your mouth from this moment. If you now person where you know the
Yeah, so Lord listen this new one, okay. That because that one day say be create some very serious tension. Lord listen this one again.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. I want first of all for take this opportunity for say Ramadan Kareem to all we Muslim brothers and sisters in Africa. Today is the 4th of April, for this a special day. Today is the day we Sierra Leone and Sierra Leoneans decide for elect his as a woman, to me as a wife, and to me as a mother. Support my debut. May Allah make this month of Ramadan, make all the blessing with inside this month of Ramadan, that we all receive them. We ask for forgiveness. We pray to Allah and give supplications. We pray to Allah and give out zakat. Give as much as you can this holy month of Ramadan. I know say the world will go through a lot of difficulties right now.
All right. So let's see what's in change. Is it because they can't close to election now? Because the previous message you listen now be swear. But this now the mommy where calm is so calm. In fact, they pray for all man, they pray for forgiveness, they ask for forgiveness. What do you read about this too? Is it because of election or because of the criticism? It don't improve, don't change. What do you take?
But all the negative things.
Very teasing question, but what I would say is I don't know. I know really able to know whether it's coming from a genuine position or probably, as you say, we are 9 months away for elections, so probably in a cajoling tones and on the day. So I can't say, but what I will say is I hope it be a message where they come from a genuine heart. You understand? I want to be positive and say Motaman the change, and with time comes experience. People they learn maybe probably from their experience and you see the backlash we get the last time. You understand? Sierra Leoneans we are not buying such a message of incitement, regardless who say we belong. You understand? Such a combative tone, and in such holy month where that's been be supposed to be a month of forgiveness, a month of unity, a month of holiness, and you understand. But hopefully in self don't see the backlash we get the last time out and realize in a mother of the nation he ought to do better. And but importantly, at least he gets a unifying tone now we come up with this time around, and respect the month of itself and talk about forgiveness from Allah and forgiveness amongst ourselves. So I just hope it's coming from a genuine heart, because at the end of the day it's good for every other Sierra Leoneans for see the first lady they portray a unifying as himself as a unifying figure, and that's go able to send messages down to the youth man out there. Say we see the first lady do so, we self able for copy. Hopefully, just quickly, hopefully I hope say this continue. Make Kamanan not done going back to the elections. We start for see combative and insightful statements or what. Of course, campaigning this go accuse this word will be thrown is hockey all over the world, even in the so-called civilized world. People they use certain rhetoric, but at the same time, as Sierra Leoneans, we get for know history, we get for know we present, we get for know we literacy rate now we country, and no say we are easily manipulated. I know say we not like for listening that, but Sierra Leoneans so far we are easily manipulated and believe so much in the politicians there. So then get a responsibility in with fragile peace and democracy will get for makes us see them put forward. Now then kind message you will see even during the debate and campaigning.
All right, thank you very much. So, Fambulen, now this is all we get time for. We turn up plenty. Thank you. We'll come back with another segment shortly.
Oh yeah, Talking Point platform.